So I've had people, seemingly well-intentioned, ask why I am letting politics upset me so much. And they say, settle down and just try to enjoy your life, because there's nothing you can do anyway. But our outrage over what is happening is not a choice, but a normal reaction to a billionaire that has apparently bought the presidency and a would-be king destroying democracy in long-standing alliances who, when he opens his mouth now, only has Putin's words tumbling out. I recently watched a German protest where they took a childhood song and changed the words to sing "Resist fascism in our land." Hold tight together. Hold tight together. And I felt this strange mix of inspiration and profound loneliness. It is easy to think that there is nothing we can do and that we are alone in what we see happening. And with the sheer enormity of what is transpiring, whether it be the Republican Congress cowering to Elon, Trump enacting Project 2025, federal workers being fired, agencies charged with keeping public health being defunded or gutted, grocery bills rising due to idiotic trade wars, Trump buddying up to Putin and blaming Ukraine for the war, and on in this endless autocratic parade of injustice that leaves the world looking at us in shock and horror. It is easy to feel overwhelmed and helpless, and to think, as I often do, I'm a nobody from nowhere, with no voice and no power, and no point to even trying. But every time I feel this way, a quote from a Pierce Brown novel pops into my head, ironically enough, from a fairly unimportant side character. And the quote is, "All we have is our shout in the wind." And then I think to myself, maybe the point isn't to be heard. Maybe the point is just to learn to shout. And then I think of AOC's words at the NY rally against Kings, where she said, "No act of resistance is too small." And I'm left wondering, what would happen if, irrespective of the size of our voice, we all learned to shout in the wind together? And it's that natural urge to shout when you see your home on fire that brought Monica and I to the 5051 protest. And if you haven't shouted with your full body in a while, 5 out of 5 would do again. And it felt damn good to add our shouts to the chorus of those seeking to save democracy. Now, I may be a little late to this party, but we know what would happen if we all shouted together. The research of Dr. Chenoweth shows that nonviolent protests are twice as likely to bring about political change than violent ones. And when only 3.5% of the population actively participates, change was almost inevitable. And in the wake of the civil servants who resigned from DOGE to honor their constitutional oaths, or the resignations at the Department of Justice, who refused Trump's order to drop the corruption charges on the New York mayor, or the aides at that very same office of the mayor who resigned in protest when Trump finally found his stooge, I am filled with hope. And I just want to say, to everyone who is shouting in the wind, to everyone who is liking or sharing helpful content, making funny TikToks, criticizing what is happening, the people voicing their concerns on social media or in the town halls, everyone that is checking in with others and offering words of encouragement or raising awareness, or those of you that are endlessly calling Congress or protesting in the streets, or even those of you who can't make the protests but give an encouraging honk as you drive by, I see you. Your neighbors see you. The world sees you. We are the 3.5%, and we are inevitable.